Hello, my name is Lola. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I'm really excited because we're going to be doing your reading for the month of July, but then also looking into what the second half of 2022 has in store for you. So I'll be starting with some oracle cards and oracle messages, and then we'll pull a tarot for each month left in the Western calendar year. I'll also finish up with a couple of love messages, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and get started. Hello, Virgo. I hope you're doing well. We're going to start by pulling an angel message for you for July and the second half of 2022. If you're looking for love-specific readings, those are up on my channel. There's a link in the description box below, so be sure to check those out. This is a general reading, so be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs for a more complete picture of what the second half of 2022 has in store for you. But let's see, what is your angel message? What is Virgo's angel message for the second half of 2022? We have higher learning. Very interesting. See, we have for you, Virgo. Higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further your progress. So there may be an area of your life that you are going to start digging deeper into, becoming more of an expert in. We'll see how these other messages start to come through, but it definitely looks like the second half of 2022, you have taken what you have learned and been through in these first 6 months, and now you're saying, okay, universe, how do we now take what I've learned in the first half, Virgo, and then really put it to work and into action for that second half? So definitely looking at areas that you can learn more, go deeper in. Could be something as simple as that in the first half you started to get an interest, Virgo, in exercising, and now you're getting really deeper into very specific types of exercise. You're getting to learn more about yoga or more about running or whatever that may be. So it could be something that's a simple example, but it could be something like that or even bigger. So let's see what other messages we have for you. I also wanted to pull a spirit animal for a message for you, Virgo. So what is Virgo's spirit animal for the second half of 2022? What do we have for too many dropped there for spirit animal for Virgo? What do we have here? It's a huge deck, so small hands for this tarot reader. Okay, Virgo, we have the Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. Wow, maybe this learning is then going to flow into the areas that you need to learn more about. Is going to be specific to your love life. So let's see how the rest of this comes together. Like I said, I have other love specific messages, but if love starts to come through, we'll definitely talk about it. This could just be love is all around in the way that you are starting to learn to look at life and thinking about this higher learning. How are we, and I'm going to try and find the positive ways to look at life. Life is really hard right now in many areas of the world. Life can be very tough all the time. And it could just, and I think it's incredibly even more complex now and today. And there could be more ahead. And the universe is telling you to learn to look at life from a loving standpoint, and you will find happiness out of that. So very good advice there for you, and looking at love is all around, and you taking the time to learn to recognize love in all of the people, situations, and the thing that are around you and in your life and will be coming into your life in the second half of 2022. So let's see what your tarot messages are. What are the tarot messages for Virgo for the second half of 2022? What do we have for our tarot messages for Virgo? Okay. All right. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the High Priestess. We have the King of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands. I don't read reversals, so if you're wondering like what's going on there. And then the Four of Cups. So, okay, lots of different, this is good because you're getting a balance, which I think this is great, of different types of energy and learning from them as we go about. So I'm really getting drawn to these areas of life that you can learn and get deeper into. This is July, August, September, and then October, November, and December. So looking here already into the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords for July can be an area that there is some movement that you want to make and leave something behind. So as you can see here, this person is taking their one egg and leaving the other ones behind. It's like, this is the biggest, most important, and I'm leaving these other things behind. So this could be an area of your life that these experiences that you have been through, these learnings that you've had in the first half are really coming to light in July. And you're saying, okay, I've learned my lesson in this area, but now I'm going to leave those things behind and just take the most powerful lesson of all to move forward into the next step of my life, into the next step of my journey. The Seven of Swords can also represent that there are plans in place that you see that you want to bring forward, that you want to take action on, but the universe is telling you that this might be a time for you to keep a lot of that to yourself. This is, and you can see this person's very protective of it. It can be a secret that you're carrying with yourself, but I see this more of, I think that now you've gotten these learnings. The first half, Virgo, of 2022 has brought a lot to light for you, and it's brought some things to the surface, and good and bad, and there just could have been a rough start to your 2022, or it's just now, or it's kind of gotten on this plateau, and now you're like, okay, I'm having a lot of these areas of life, I'm seeing why those things happen. Now I'm going to leave what was no longer serving me. I'm going to take what I need and move forward. But if there is this new path, these new ideas that you have in July that come to you of you wanting to take the next steps and kind of move forward in certain areas of learning, like this is, again, a simple example, but just as an example, you could be wanting to learn how to dance the tango. And the people in your life, are not supportive of that, of you spending your time learning how to dance the tango. And so you're not going to tell them yet. You're going to wait and try it out and go do it and see it for yourself and make sure that you like it. And then once you know that, like, yeah, this is something I'm good at and I want to keep trying it, then you might tend to let certain people in. And that may be the lesson that you've learned, Virgo. You may have been kind of giving too much of yourself right away, and the universe is saying, like, hey, you've learned your lesson. When you give, and you're not expecting that same from the other person or the relationship or the situation, that starts to play into you getting hurt, or you not getting the full fulfillment out of what that situation could have offered. So now you're saying, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to just have this and just do it little by little, one step at a time. Now, leading into that is good advice for you, because then as we get into August, you have the High Priestess, which the High Priestess is kind of going within and looking and taking that, you took that time to see what you've learned and hold close what's important to you and knowing where you want to go next. And now this is you coming out from behind the curtain. So the High Priestess is then standing out, focused, coming into light. So you can see that this person is, coming, they're pulling back the curtain. They're pulling this back to come forward and step into the water, to step into the movement, to get on the ship, I would say, is how the message that's coming to me for this, and moving you forward, which is incredible because you follow it up here in September with the King of Cups. Now, this is so interesting that these two cards with water, ships, movement have come up right beside each other, because this area of you kind of coming out and going within and trying to understand what's next for you, Virgo, in September, you're coming out of that. And in September is when you start to see some of those movements. Now, this cup energy tends to be more emotional energy. So this could be in those areas that you've been feeling and learning in your life have been specific to the emotions, the feelings, true relationships. So I'm seeing some career things kind of come in the second half for you, but I'm definitely seeing, Virgo, that this second half, or the second half, I should say, of 2022 is an area of focus in relationships for you. So your friendship relationships, your loving, emotional, connected spousal partner relationships, looking at finding relationships, and then also could be your work relationships as well. So just all around work relationships. So in September is going to be a time for you to really acknowledge those feelings that you have in those areas of your life and knowing what you learn and taking that forward, reminding yourself that love is all around. So July, August, September is, I see, as a very strong area of growth, time of emotional growth for you, Virgo, and that looks incredible. And I would definitely take the universe advice if there are other areas that you can start to learn more about the feelings that you're having. Why are you having these feelings? What areas of life do you really want to focus your time and energy on, and get deeper into the education, into taking another course, signing up for something to really dig deep into those learns. Or it could be just something of like learning what your love language is. So it's hard to give love to others and understand even how people can give love to you if you can't identify that. So digging deep into like, what is that? What are love languages? What is my love language? Why is that my love language? So looking into those emotional feelings. As we get into the Eight of Pentacles, you start to really find that focus, which is incredible. So you're doing a lot of deep soul searching here in July, August, September, and it's paying off for you as you get into October, especially with this Eight of Pentacles, because this is your hard work. This is focused efforts. This is you laying the groundwork for what you want in the future, not just the rest of this year, but what is in store for you for the next many years. So doing this work is paying off for you, Virgo, and it's really getting you into what you love. And I love this card in the artwork for the Eight of Pentacles, because you can see there are 7 other projects that you have in your mind and you've put the work in, but you really know now, I'm focusing on this one big, wonderful thing, person, relationship, situation, job, hobby, here, and I'm going to give it the most attention so it can be the biggest, the brightest, the best. And that's where you start to really get into that wonderful energy in October with that focus and that hard work. And then as we get into November with the Knight of Wands, this is the movement you've been wanting. This is you taking the risk. This is you following your passion. So you've got this focus in hard work, and you've done all of this to find really what that one, where this big butterfly is, where you want that big butterfly to be and what you want it to be. And then holy cow, you're just like, yep, taking a risk, jumping through the hoop of fire, going for it full force. And November is going to be a very strong month of movement for you. And you're going to finally start to see these things through this whole year really culminating and coming together in November for you. So taking the risk, going for that chance, going for that opportunity, really being adventurous and following your heart, following your passions for that big butterfly that you've created. So amazing there for you, Virgo. Now, this Four of Cups, as we kind of finish out the year, because you've had so much growth and movement and you're getting into, you're seeing the butterfly, you're taking the risk, you're jumping the fire, you're going all in, you could find yourself a little bit nervous or worried, because sometimes as earth energies, we kind of want things to move slowly and we kind of go back and forth. But what if this, and what about that, and what about this? And you're taking that risk, and you could that could make you a little bit out of your element. And so in December, you could start to feel like, whew, I need to wait, what's going on here? The things were moving really a lot in November. Now December, they're kind of sitting still. I think this is a good thing for you, because December tends to be very hectic with the holidays and all of those things. So you have this very strong movement month of November with progress and really taking the risks and seeing those things move forward. And then you just need to make sure that you're keeping yourself grounded and getting into that higher learning and reminding yourself that love is all around. Your biggest life lesson right now the universe is bringing towards you is for you to learn to see love and positivity in every situation that is in front of you, every person, every element, every drive, every walk that you go on, anything that you do. The universe is telling you your biggest life lesson that you need to learn and focus on right now is to see love in every situation. And that is how you find yourself in this Four of Cups, of looking at the positive things that are around you. So let's see finish this out, Virgo, with a couple of love messages. So what do we have for Virgo in love? What are a couple of love messages for Virgo for the second half of 2022? So lots of deep, focused work, learning that you're coming through in July, August, August, September. It's paying off for you in October, November. You get back into really kind of a bit of a break there in December to slow and take a look and remind yourself that love is all around. So let's see what your love messages are for the second half of 2022. We have be supportive and love is all around you. Oh my God, you cannot make this up, Virgo, I swear. I am not even, I mean, I'm glad that I'm recording this and you can see me shuffle and do this, but the Nightingale spirit is telling you love is all around, and the love deck love message specifically is also saying that love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. This is your mantra, your message, the universe bringing it out loud and clear for you, Virgo. If there's anything you should be doing for the second half of 2022, I would put it up as affirmations on Post-its, on everywhere around you, in your car, in your bathroom, in your bedroom, on your shoes, wherever you can. Be writing this down. Love is all around you. I would put it everywhere, and you will see the universe bring things in for you. This goes well with it, the being supportive. Make a genuine effort to show that you care. This also goes very much with love and into your relationships and the things that you are learning. But I've never seen something so clear of a message. Two different decks, the same message coming out for you, Virgo. This is incredibly important for you. Know that love is all around. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Remember that, Virgo. I'm really excited to see how that just blows my mind here for you. Just know that this, I said it so many times in this reading. If you go back and read it, listen to it, watch it again. The universe is telling you your biggest life lesson right now is to see love in everything, everyone around you. It is going to pay off in huge ways for you, Virgo, in every aspect of your life. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to see you again, and have a great second half.